2023 has been a big year for our WDRB Investigates team. We covered everything from a pool company owner accused of fraud and theft to exposing Louisville dams in poor condition. WDRB's Valerie Chin has a look back at the top 5 Investigate stories of 2023.
About 7 months after the Norton healthcare cyber attack, Norton admits it was a ransomware attack. Norton says about 2.5 million potentially impacted individuals that had mailing addresses for will be receiving notification letters. As WDRB Investigates told you, Alf V, also known as Black Cat Ransomware, has taken responsibility for the May cyber attack, releasing on the dark web what appears to be authentic documents, with some information about Norton employees and patients.
I told my daughter that one story that you did about it, the stuff being on the dark web. I said, that's the most information I have heard since May the 9th, was your story. And so that's why I reached out to you.
Audrey Frazier was frustrated after it took 2 months to get her mammogram results because of the hack. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has warned companies about Black Cat and its threat to the health sector, demanding ransoms as high as $1.5 million. WDRB Investigates continues to look into the owner of Davenport Extreme Pools and Spas, Tracy Davenport. We started uncovering information about the company in January after getting several complaints of people paying thousands of dollars but not getting a pool.
Our total project was going to be right around $96,000, I believe. We did pay her the $46,000 and of course received nothing.
Corey Dahlkamp then hired another person to get a pool built, and her case led to one of Davenport's indictments in Bullitt County. WDRB looked through hundreds of court documents on the case. They show nearly 60 families signed contracts with Davenport from 2021 to November 2022. One document says people have already paid $3.6 million for their pools.
If it was just a straight up screw the world, I'm taking the money and run, they certainly would have went into the bankruptcy court and they would have just dissolved rather than reorganized. So I think that's a message.
Davenport was also charged with fraud and theft in Clark and Floyd counties in southern Indiana. She also had a drug charge in New Jersey after she and a former employee were found with nearly 180 pounds of marijuana. WDRB Investigates took an in-depth look at dental deaths. They're considered to be rare, but 2 local women died after going to the dentist. That included 42-year-old Shanana Wright, who was a single mom.
You should not die getting a tooth pulled.
This death certificate shows her cause of death as acute respiratory failure due to a brain injury from a bacterial infection of a tooth.
This is the second time in my life where I've had to represent a family that's been devastated by a patient who died getting a tooth pulled from propofol.
After being on life support for 5 days, Wright died on July 5th, 2022. Her family filed a lawsuit against a dental provider, oral surgeon, and Derby City Oral Surgery. Court records show just last month a confidential settlement was reached for Wright's estate. The future of the Ford Escape was another focus of a WDRB Investigate story.
We built the SUV of the future for everyone.
Built at the Louisville Assembly Plant, we showed the Escape's decline in sales over the years.
While the Escape was a very large player in this field, Ford also added the Bronco Sport to this market, and the Bronco Sport and the Escape now play in relatively the same field.
Ford says the future is EV, as a company and its Korean partner SK Innovation are spending $5.8 billion to construct a pair of EV battery plants in Hardin County.
That just made this assembly plant even more viable. You know, so many more options can be brought to.
Ford is targeting LAP for an all-new EV in 2026, but Ford acknowledges demand is falling behind expectations, and production at one of its battery plants is being delayed. WDRB also examined local dams after one near Fairdale was on the verge of failing in March. We found there are 20 significant and high-hazard dams in Louisville, structures that would likely result in death or property damage if they fail. Our reporting showed 5 of those are in poor or worse condition with no emergency plan in place. McNeely Lake Dam, Silver Crystal Dam, Joe Guy Hagen Dam, Windsor Forest Dam, and Mitchell Hill Lake Dam that worries residents like Richard Clark.
But I'm telling you, if it goes down, it's going to take all the way down to Holly Hills and everything. All the thing, anything close to it, it's going to take it.
After our reporting, Metro government approved a budget addressing aging city-owned dams. Metro Council allocated nearly $5 million to the Parks Department to help with routine updates for dams and needed repairs. For the top 10 most read WDRB Investigates stories of 2023, head to our website, WDRB.com. Valerie Chen, WDRB News.